Wow, what an experience I have just been through. I'm joined by Dan O'Brien, Vice President of VR.
Planning and Management.
Planning and Management, there we go. This is a total sporadic interview, so we're just rolling with the punches. Dan, what can I say? What an incredible experience. I just felt like I was in a dream.
Excellent. That's exactly what we want you guys to come out of that experience feeling like, you know.
I mean, you know, there's so many elements to it. Obviously, some of it we can talk about, some of it we can't, but some of the entire worlds and landscapes that you've built are truly mesmerising. So how does the planning go around in building those layers into an open world?
Well, you know, with the Vive, what we're bringing to the solution, what we're coming to the table with is basically a complete VR solution.
Yeah.
You know, with the controllers, with the tracking, with the headset, and then, you know, working with a lot of developers, you know, partners. So when you think about like those worlds and the guys that create them, the Weaver team, like creating the blue whale, right? And you're on that boat deck, right? And you just feel like you're 250 feet, you know.
It's incredible feeling.
You know, underwater, right?
Yeah.
And you have this sense of presence that's just unreal, like anything. And then you know, the sense of scale too, right? We make
huge,
right? It's
huge.
Just,
You know, I mean, the fact that you know we walk straight into the booth, which is obviously secret, closed off, blacked out. And you know, you put on the VR headset, the headphones, you have these two amazing, very unique controllers as well.
Yeah.
What's the process with the controllers? Because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of trial and error in,
absolutely,
you know, how easy to make them, how simplistic to make them so effective.
Sure, and we worked with you know, the HTC industrial design team as well as the Valve design team, and working with the Steam VR tracking.
Yeah.
You know, the controllers are just as big of a story as the actual VR experience, right?
Yeah.
Because putting your hands into your virtual space and having that just very natural reaction, very easy to figure out how to use.
That's the way I felt, you know, I felt it was all very natural, you know. There was a part during one of the robotic scenes where everything sort of goes wrong.
Sure.
Without going into too much detail, and you feel like trying to pick things up, and it feels so natural to be doing that rather than just having a clunky controller.
Right.
It's actually all very well orchestrated and feels very natural.
Right, and that's really what we put into it, right?
Yeah.
The team really had to think a lot about just creating something that not just gamers, but just anybody could actually really quickly assume, you know, usability for and understand how to use. And you know, it's not within minutes, it's within seconds people figure out how to actually use this controller.
Yeah, so what, I mean, as far as the development goes, how long has this been in development now?
You know, the Valve team and the HTC team, we met early last year. And, you know, our executives met each other. The HTC, you know, our chairman, actually, our CEO now, Cher Wang, she saw the demo and she was like, I believe in it. This is real, and we're going to move on this.
Yeah.
So
it was an amazing experience. You know, I mean, there's a film that stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Inception.
Yeah.
That's what I felt I was in right there. You know, there was several different levels, and we're going to show you a quick trailer very shortly, courtesy of these guys, on just exactly what I experienced. But the whole concept of VR, I mean, what separates you from, you know, the other VR companies out there that, you know, are pretty big at the moment? You know, what makes you different?
Well, I think what our solution is a complete solution. Yeah. Right? It has the controllers, it has the tracking, and it's completely scalable. Yeah. You know, we keep people feeling really, really good in VR. You know, we're presenting content that's running at 90 frames per second. You have zero nausea in our scenario, in our solution. And you know what's different about us is we have room scale. And we have the controllers. And our controllers are tracked in space just like your headset is. You know, with the laser tracking. So if you take your controller, put it behind your back or put it behind your head, and you look there, it's there. You know, there's no field of view limitations. And that really makes it that much easier for people to feel comfortable interacting in their space. And then, you know, room scale, you know, we have this solution that can work inside of like a 5 meter by 5 meter space. That's how robust it can be. It's scalable all the way down to, say, the size of like 2 yoga mats or a completely seated experience. So what we built was, you know, a complete solution and then a scalable solution.
So whereas others at the moment currently are struggling to fulfill the space unless you've got a 6 foot by 8 foot room, you guys have actually built something where you can actually just sit on the edge of your bed and have this experience.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
so which again was fascinating for us.
Right.
You know, I mean, what are the plans? What are the future plans? Have we got any release dates yet? Any release windows?
So we're going to be announcing very soon, the end of this year, and there we'll be announcing our commercial product and availability and pricing and all those things.
Fantastic.
It's coming very soon.
Very soon.
You know, we've committed to having a limited amount of supply available this year, 2015, and then more to come in 2016, and we're sticking to that.
Wow. Well, I'm absolutely blown away, and thank you so much for your time and giving us that experience.
Great.
My producer hasn't stopped talking about it, so he's definitely looking on purchasing one of them.
Perfect.
So we
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you very much for the experience.